In a dream, Arata floats in complete darkness until he finds Hijiri running and tries to grab her hand, accidentally groping his cousin Hijiri, who has come to wake him up for school. On their way, Arata says he is content with his normal, peaceful life before noticing the black sun overhead. At the same time, Arata and Hijiri come across Lilith, who orders Arata to awaken. On the roof of the school, Arata asks Hijiri about the black sun, and she assures him that it has always been that way, even before he was born. Arata deduces Hijiri is a fake because her old drawings boasted a red sun. Lilith appears and attacks the fake Hijiri. The fake Hijiri dispels the magic around Arata and reveals that his city was destroyed 3 days ago by a gravitational fluctuation breakdown phenomenon. He recalls the real Hijiri handing him a grimoire before kissing him and disappearing into the void. Arata used the grimoire to recreate his peaceful life before the breakdown phenomenon. Lilith offers Arata 2 choices: die or hand over the grimoire, which is manifested as the fake Hijiri, and have his memories erased. The grimoire reveals that Hijiri is still alive, and Arata resolves to become a mage in hopes of saving her. On his first day at the Royal Biblia Academy, Arata discovers those mages of Demon Lord class can create worlds. The Academy's headmaster welcomes Arata, describing what mages do, and tells him that in order to save Hijiri, he will need the help of the Trinity 7, of which Lilith is a member. Arata also meets Trinity 7's Levi Kazama and sees Akio Fudo and Mira Yamana from the window. Later that night, Arata runs into another Trinity 7 member, Aaron Kanazuki, in the men's bath. The next day, Aaron begins following Arata, claiming that she is destined to marry the Demon Lord. Arata later finds Selena, Lilith, and Levi in his room. Selena and Levi tease Lilith about giving Arata private lessons when he asks for more information about magic and his grimoire, the legendary Astil Codex. Lilith begins describing the Archive Thema magical research system when the lights go out and the 4 are trapped by a magical seal. Arata's calm approach impresses the girls, but they quickly run out of the ideas and all of the girls start having the urge to use the bathroom. Running out of ideas, Arata tricks his grimoire into revealing where the seal is, allowing them to escape. Aaron confesses to trapping Arata, explaining she wanted to see him create a breakdown phenomenon to study the destructive potential. Orin then activates her Thema's Magus mode to break the grimoire's control over Arata's power, creating a breakdown phenomenon. Lilith moves to kill Arata to stop the phenomenon, but Aaron interferes. Grimoire security members, Mira and Akio, arrive and attack Arata after learning he is the cause of the breakdown phenomenon. In reality, Trinity 7's Yui drew Arata into her dream world before Akio could kill him, but this allowed the breakdown to continue. Yui instructs Arata on magic, the Archive's Superbia, Invidia, Era, Acedia, Avaricia, Gula, and Luxuria, and Themas. She also suggests that Arata may be able to control the phenomenon and his abilities in selecting his thema. Arata returns to the real world just as the Trinity 7 are about to fall to the phenomenon and unleashes his Magus mode, driven by the thema Impel to control the flow of magic and dispel the phenomenon. His anti-magic spell also destroyed the girls' clothes, as they were magical manifestations of their themas. Mira was spared, as she reflected the spell back onto Arata. In present day, due to the damage the breakdown phenomenon caused, the students of the Academy are sent to a southern island while repairs are underway. Arata and Aaron have to service the other students as punishment for their experimentation. Arata and Selena demonstrate their respective magic techniques, much to Selena's embarrassment at having her clothes destroyed. Later that night, Selena, Levi, Lilith, Aaron, and Arata talk at the mixed-gender hot springs about magic and improving Arata's abilities. Arata requests that Lilith demonstrate her magic so he may learn how to manifest a gun to better control his own magic. After witnessing her outer alchemic spell, Arata asks his grimoire to copy the spell for him, which works out successfully, surprising the entire group. Arata and Lilith return to class to find the other students asleep at their desks, victims of another breakdown phenomenon. The Academy headmaster suggests that the Trinity 7 and Arata work together to investigate and deal with the phenomenon, though Mira rejects working with Arata and sets off with Akio. The headmaster pinpoints the breakdown source underneath the school, where Yui is losing control of her magic in the presence of a demon lord candidate. Arata, Lilith, Levi, and Aaron hurry down to the dungeon to stop Mira and Akio from killing Yui to stop the phenomenon. In the dungeon, they encounter several demons, but Arata struggles to realize his grimoire into a working gun like before and accidentally dispels Lilith and Aaron's Magus mode before Levi dispatches the demons. Aaron eliminated more demons with her chaosic rune magic, which Arata attempts and fails to copy to his grimoire. They catch up to Mira and Akio, and Levi stays back to stall them. Arata, Aaron, and Lilith find Yui's room guarded by a Code D phantasmal dragon, and Arata is incapacitated. Mira, Akio, and Levi catch up and battle the monster. After talking with Arata, Levi manages to get him to concentrate and properly utilize his copied gun magic to kill the dragon and stop the breakdown phenomenon. Yui awakens and latches onto Arata to Lilith's dismay. Arata wakes up to Yui and Aaron sleeping beside him naked before Lilith comes to his room to wake him up. During physical exercise class, Yui and Aaron cling to Arata while he watches the girls running. Mira and Akio appear, and Mira warns Yui that if she loses control again, Mira will have to take her out. Selena shows up and concludes that the four of them are fighting over Arata. Lilith and Levi appear, with Lilith assuring Arata the girls aren't fighting over him. While Levi gets excited to fight against Akio, everyone except Mira and Lilith activates their Magus mode. But the fight is cut short as Yui uses her magic and transports everyone to her dream world. Before leaving the dream world, Arata tells Yui he will be her friend, which pleases her, and she kisses Arata as thanks for saving her. Later in the bath, Akio and Mira talk about all the breakdown phenomena happening recently. That night, during a thunderstorm, windows in the academy are broken, and a long-haired blonde girl is shown smirking, before disappearing. In the morning, Mira investigates the scene and identifies magical traces similar to those involved in an incident of that library. While learning about the prior incident where a student disappeared and investigating the academy library, Arata, Selena, and the Trinity 7 are transported to the Eternal Library. There, Liselot Sherlock, Selena's older twin sister and final member of the Trinity 7, appears before the group. She attempts to steal magic power from Lilith and Mira, but is foiled by Levi and Akio. Liselot explains her motives behind seeking out the Eternal Library and explains to Arata that acquiring Demon Lord powers is equal to committing taboo. She sought out the Demon Lord element in the Eternal Library and absorbs Selena's magic, becoming a Demon Lord candidate. Liselot claims that becoming a Demon Lord is every mage's ultimate goal, but rejects Lilith's claim that it can only be accomplished through diligent study. After stealing Selena's research, Liselot realizes Arata will be a difficult opponent and offers an alliance, claiming it is the quickest way for him to save Hijiri. Levi and Akio try to intervene, but Liselot's new strength prevents them from acting while she kisses Arata, stealing the majority of his magic. Liselot uses Arata's anti-magic ability to dispel everyone's Magus modes except Mira and Levi, who oppose Liselot. Levi fights to buy time for Mira's White Universe attack, but are unable to injure Liselot. Meanwhile, Selena and Arata are still struggling as, without magic, mages cease to exist. As Liselot is unaccustomed to her new powers, her demon wings slow her down and Levi is able to land a few blows before Liselot retreats to stabilize her magic. As the students return to the academy, Mira tasks Akio with training Arata on using Mantra Element. While Arata trains, Yui, Aaron, and Lilith watch over Selena in the infirmary. Suddenly, Liselot attacks the academy, causing a breakdown phenomenon that drains the magic from the other students before the headmaster steps in. Liselot appears before the headmaster and attempts to fight him, though her efforts are rebuffed with ease. Having gained enough magic power, Liselot is able to observe the headmaster's fearsome grimoire, Solomon's Gate. Unable to defeat his magic, Liselot exposes herself and distracts the perverted headmaster to escape, although he warns her that evil mages are invariably defeated after they obtain great power. The Estill Codex reveals to Arata, Mira, and Akio that it has already copied Mantra Enchant, but because it is not a weapon manifestation, it will have manifest itself as a human, Sora, to properly utilize Akio's technique. Akio reveals that mantra enchant's strength depends on the magic and will of its user, before lending Arata most of her magic. Liselot attacks the infirmary and is briefly detained by a simple rope trap. Arata arrives and reclaims his magic power from Liselot in a surprise attack. However, he and Sora are unable to keep up with Liselot's speed, but Liselot is unable to injure Arata due to mantra enchant. As a last-ditch effort, Liselot unleashes her lost Technica Ball Pior to freeze time. She kisses Arata again to drain his magic, but inadvertently allows mantra enchant to enter her body and expunge her demon lord element. Arata embraces Liselot, reminding her Selena and the Trinity 7 want her to return, but she reveals she cannot leave Ball Pior. Arata promises to rescue her before Liselot returns everyone to reality. Mira calculates Arata is close to mastery of Logos art and instructs Selena to train Arata in order to rescue Liselot. The headmaster remarks on their growth and is alerted to the complete destruction of the Magical Academy in the West by Scariot, the evil mages. Arata diligently studies magic from all of the Trinity 7 to be able to rescue Liselot as soon as possible, but Lilith cautions him as rapid growth runs the risk of losing control of his magic. Lilith and Arata are summoned to the headmaster, where Arata is appointed to Grimoire Security #2 with Lilith as a chaperone for an upcoming mission to the ruins of the Royal Liber Magic Academy. As such, Lilith promises to tutor Arata, but is embarrassed when asked about her mastery over the Luxuria Lust Archive. Lilith trains Arata throughout the day until she falls asleep. Mira and Akio visit to check on his studying and explain the Liber Academy was destroyed in a breakdown phenomenon during Liselot's attack. Mira is startled by a bug, landing on top of Arata and rousing Lilith. Arata, Sora, Selena, and the Trinity 7 enjoy the hot springs before their mission. Lilith takes Arata to a secluded part of the baths overlooking the city, and they share a moment before Sora stealthily removes Lilith's bikini. For their mission, the headmaster teleports Arata, Lilith, Sora, Mira, and Akio to the Royal Liber Academy, but the teleport is disrupted, and Arata, Sora, and Mira are separated from Lilith and Akio. Arata, Sora, and Mira find themselves standing in front of an intact Liber Academy, but Sora detects world creation magic. The three are greeted by someone who looks like Hijiri, but Mira and Sora determine her to be yet another fake. Sora reveals the Hijiri they just saw was actually Hijiri's grimoire, the Iliad fragment, manifesting in human form. Sora also determines that Liber Academy is isolated in another dimension and that the three of them are trapped. They encounter demons in the school, but when Mira goes into Magus mode, her clothes are destroyed instead. Sora deals with the demons as her magic is not bound by the archives and Magus mode and encounters Ilia, while Arata and Mira escape. Sora unleashes a powerful magical attack at Ilia, but she evades and traps Sora in a dimensional box. Arata decides to search the center of the school for the barrier's core, and Mira accompanies him to the clock tower. While climbing the tower, Arata asks about Mira's past, and she reveals she was a loner, afraid her magic would hurt those around her, until she met Akio, who helped Mira become a more confident person. At the top of the clock tower, they discover Sora trapped in the box and Ilia, who seeks to kill Mira and live with Arata forever. Sora telepathically communicates with Arata and asks him to buy time until Sora can disable the barrier. Arata offers himself up, provided Ilia is willing to let Mira go. Ilia agrees and also reveals that the current Hijiri aims to destroy the world in order to recreate it a more peaceful world. Although she agreed to the deal, Ilia binds Arata to a pillar and commands the demons to kill Mira, explaining that there is no way to send an individual out of the barrier. She also begins draining Sora's magic to sustain the barrier. Frustrated at his powerlessness, Arata unleashes his demon lord element Astral Trinity and wrests control over the world from Ilia. Astral Trinity effortlessly dispels Ilia's magic and frees Sora, while simultaneously creates a breakdown phenomenon to demonstrate the extent of his control. With Ilia's seal broken, Mira is able to access her Magus mode and attacks the Demon Lord with Sora, but are easily defeated. Astral Trinity propositions Mira, but she slaps him, disrupting the Demon Lord's control over Arata's body and allowing Sora to suppress and reseal the Demon Lord element. Unwilling to kill Ilia, Arata requests she release the barrier, but she is unable to as she lost control when the Demon Lord surfaced. With the help of the two grimoires and Mira, Arata destroys the Black Sun, ending the breakdown phenomenon and also destroying the barrier, dropping them off in front of the destroyed Liber Academy. They reunite with Lilith and Akio before Arata collapses from exertion with the real Hijiri watching from above. While Arata rests, Hijiri invades his room, intending to kill him before he gets stronger. Lilith saves him, though Hijiri is unharmed as she also possesses extreme magical power and a Demon Lord element that allows her to surpass the strength granted by Magus mode. Hijiri is able to manifest as the Trinity Satan, having mastered the Ruina, Partum, and Analysis themas within the Era archive. Just as Hijiri is about to kill Lilith and Arata, Aaron arrives with the Demon Spear G-Bolg and neutralizes Hijiri's Black Azazel attack. Hijiri teleports out of the room and to Biblia Academy with the rest of Scariot to destroy the school. Though still magic depleted, Arata insists that they return to school immediately to help out Levi and Yui. Lug, another mage from Scariot, begins an aerial bombardment of the academy. In order to protect the students, Levi goes out to confront Lug while Yui pulls everyone into her dream world for safety. However, Lug is stronger than Levi and she injures her arm. Though Levi is able to land a hit, Lug badly injures her in response as Levi is too slow to dodge the blades. Distressed at Levi's injury, Yui almost loses control over her dream world. In a desperate move, Levi casts Leviathan as her last crest, obscuring Lug's vision with tornadoes. Though Lug is easily able to dispel the magic, she realizes Levi and the headmaster use the opportunity to escape and heal. Back at Liber Academy, Arata and the others discover the teleportation device is destroyed, and it would take too long to repair or travel to a different portal. Lug tracks Levi down within the school, but is surprised by an attack and trapped within Levi's shadow threads. Lug then reveals she has attained Trinity, having acquired the legendary weapons for Virtus, Faith, and Salvo, as well as become a Demon Lord candidate while striking and gravely wounding Levi. In order to keep the dream world intact, Selena volunteers to fight and immediately binds Lug, although it is unable to hold her for Selena to heal Levi. Lug blasts Selena and Levi, but is interrupted by Liselot, who has body-swapped with Selena. Liselot uses her greater magic to freeze Lug, who is forced to sacrifice her Virtus arm weapon to free herself. Liselot tricks Lug and is able to heal Levi, who takes out her Salvo wings. Backed in a corner, Lug summons Hijiri, but Lilith manages to transport everyone back for a final stand. After a brief conversation between everyone, Arata and the Trinity 7 activate their Magus modes while the headmasters of Biblia and Liber observe from above. Akio and Yui team up and destroy Lug's last legendary weapon while the others work to counter Hijiri's techniques. Mira deflects Hijiri's first attack, but only Aaron can dispel the defensive abilities in place. Hijiri strikes at Aaron, but Levi uses a warp to protect her and get Aaron close enough to strike. With the opening Aaron's Mistletoe created, Lilith and Arata combine magics to defeat Hijiri. Meteo Dragonov! And consume the Demon Lord element. Having seen a vision of Arata becoming the Demon Lord and destroying the world with the help of the Trinity 7, Hijiri became an Scariot mage to defeat the Demon Lord and recreate the world, breaking the loop of world creation and destruction at the hands of the Demon Lord. Hijiri also reveals that she has no physical body as she collapses into a crystal and is reclaimed by the leader of the Scariot Master Liber. After the battle, Lilith invites Arata on a trip to the city and are stalked by Yui, Selena, Levi, and Aaron. At the end of the day, Arata gifts Lilith an anti-magic amulet to protect her while Lilith and the others profess their love for Arata. This is the end of my video, so please watching all of my anime recap series. Thanks for watching.